On today's series, a very interesting series, guess who we have here? We have the it guy, the everybody's guy, the Gen Z's millennial guy. Nobody else than our only Mr. Jim I.
Hey Belishi, how you doing?
Fine, sir, thank you.
My pleasure, always my pleasure. You finally cornered me, huh?
Yes,
Okay,
and
good.
thank you for this.
No, that's my pleasure, dear. It's my pleasure. I love your program, by the way. I've seen a couple of it. I think you're doing amazingly well. I grew up in 3 countries, basically. I grew up in Gabon, in France, as well as Nigeria. I have 7 sisters. One died. An only son. Loving parents for the most part.
Oh.
They told us about this thing that it was an audition for extras. Ramsey Noah, JT Tom Wells of Blessed Memory, Chidimokeme,
Yes.
what's his name? Francis Drew. These were the big
Francis
guns.
Drew.
The big guns then. Just a kid about to serve and all that. So when I came out, the idea was to quickly earn my 2,000 naira and move forward. It was with Ramsey Noah. I was supposed to play, what you call it, snooker, right? And they said action to do the snooker shot, and I froze.
Wow.
I don't know if it was
Stage fright.
Stage fright.
You were nervous.
Intimidation. I mean, this is Ramsey Noah. And I'm looking at them and I froze. And I remember the director saying, he needed talk, na deaf and dumb. And they tried 2 or 3 times. Each time, they did about 4 or 5 takes. And the director lost it to push ball, no problem. My hands were shaking so bad. So they kicked me out.
Wow.
They kicked me. So my first foray into acting was a disaster. But let me tell you, that is why you should not underestimate an experience. Because that was my moment of epiphany, in a sense. That was what struck
you.
Yes, that's what struck me at that moment. That what is this thing I'm feeling that I've never felt for anything in my life? So for a lot of people, what they consider at that very moment to be a monumental failure or attempt to do this, that was the moment I realized that this possibly was what I was going to do for the rest of my life. I think what motivates me, it's every element there is in life. My failures have been extreme motivation in my life. Every time I had a door shut in my face, every time someone said no to me, every time I failed at an endeavor, every time I fell short, every time I made a mistake, more than anything else in my life, those were things that motivated me to be better. How are you going to deal with a Gen Z if you've not had the full experience of being a Gen Z? So life is an experience, it's an outside body experience. A lot of people say life is that we're people living a spiritual experience. No, we are spiritual beings actually living a physical experience. Yeah, so I take nothing away. Every time I didn't get it right, taught me to get it right. Every time I got it right, taught me how to enhance it. Let me tell you, what changed me was in my moments of peace. You understand? Is when I was able to calm down and look at my son and he's doing stuff that I could not imagine doing at 5. Then I'm like, I need to behave myself for this little guy. It was when I hit a certain financial figure and I was still acting like I was broke. Like, if you ask me for 10 naira, I will shout at you. Then it dawned on me, I'm really learning now. You understand? Yes. Then the desire to please people came from maybe 30% to 0. Like, I'm at -0 now.
Yes.
Because I could sit down here and I did a deal. I will tell you a little about it. I did a deal where 2 of the guys I did the deal with immediately went to a dealership and bought. One bought a Bentley, the other one bought a used Ferrari that was almost new. And the next day I showed up at the Bentley guy's house after a month when he got the car. I said, "Guy, I want to borrow your car, go somewhere in Atlanta." And I was like, Now you make money pass all of us for this group. How come you don't want to go buy yours?
Bentley.
And no, but that had evolved. So if Bentley is your thing, no, I'll come and borrow your Bentley. I'm not oppose you, all of you are opposing. But I will never buy with my money.
Bentley.
I took my money and put it in investment somewhere. So when you surpass that urge to please people, to keep up with the Joneses, or to impress people, that is you actually taking charge of your life. Sometimes it's even advisable you allow someone to fail multiple times in order for them to learn. Because that's the best. That's why the Asian moguls and CEOs bring their offsprings to go through the process of manning different positions in their entities before they rise to the position of CEOs, and that's why they have second, third, and even fourth generational wealth. So what I'm saying, I will start with my generation, the generation before me. Stop making it easier for them.
Let them
Stop
go
giving
through.
them everything they want. I've been somewhere where my son lost his ball, fell down, and he ran to me. I was looking at the ball, right there, just far. His small legs couldn't carry him down there. And he pointed at the ball. I studied his language.
Go pick it.
And the white dude that was next to me, which was Perry, was trying to say in French, "Oh, go get it for me." I looked at him and said, "Raise yours. Let me raise mine." I said, the same leg that will take me there, the same leg that will take you there. And he's like, and he sat down, threw a tantrum, cried. I kept quiet. I was looking at him. Small Oga looked the guy with white hair. I wasn't going to move. He looked at himself, calculated the distance. Then he saw some kids that are about to steal his ball down there. That's life. What you don't go for, somebody will take it. Somebody that wants it more. Some kids that were halfway jog about his age, jog, they go collect the ball. He calculates the time before those kids get there. I've never seen my son run that fast in his life. How he closed the distance, crossed those kids, got to the ball before those girls, and claimed ownership and ready to fight. I sat down there. The same time it took him crying, he would have used half that time, go and get that ball and come back. I didn't have to say a word to that boy. He learned every lesson there is. From that time, our playtime changed. Because every time we play and I hit the ball far, he waits for me to go get it. This boy will play basket. I swear he's a big boy now. Ball goes away, he goes get it. Yeah. The same principle is what I applied in his life. That's all I'm saying to Gen Z. To the generation before, don't make it easy for them.
We've come to the end of today's segment on Generation XYZ. I am so excited to say this has been the best so far. Thank you guys. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you. And do well to tune in next week on the next series. Your host, Eboti Belishar.